poppin' be? Purpok here, and welcome back to another episode of Race the Ramen, the show where I attempt to review something unscripted in the amount of time it takes to boil an instant ramen. And today, we'll be taking a look at Marcel the Shell, with shoes on, showing now in select theaters. Alright, we're going to start the timer right now. Okay, so, Marcel the Shell, with shoes on. Keep this one pretty short because I don't have a lot to say, but I have mostly good to say. Marcel the Shell, with shoes on, is an interesting little movie that came out recently. It is a stop-motion, live-action sort of hybrid thing, directed by one Dean Fleischer-Camp, co-written, I think co-produced by Jenny Slate, who voices the titular character, Marcel, who is a tiny little dude, tiny little shell with a googly eye and a face and little shoes, and he lives alone in a little house, well, like a big house to him, a normal human house, with his grandmother, and someone who's staying there at the house for like an Airbnb finds him and starts like making a little documentary about him, and it becomes this really wholesome, cute, friendly little movie about holding on to little things in life and fearing change after the face of like tragedy in your life, because Marcel has like lost most of his family to some sort of mysterious tragedy. Now it's just him and his grandma, and he's a little dude without a community to help support him, and he doesn't like have any arms, and he's just a little dude, so he's like struggling all the time to get things done. And he's just like a curious, confused, sweet little kid who's lost in the world looking for, you know, some sort of thing to hold on to. And I'm making it sound a little heavier than it is. It does handle some mature themes, some kind of adult themes, pretty well. There's even a few adult jokes I didn't expect for a PG animated movie. But in terms of like A24's normal output, this is so different for them. They're normally putting out like weird, artsy, scary, creepy, experimental movies. And this is a little, you know, atypical from a normal animated movie. I mean, it's not even entirely animated. It's live action with some really well integrated stop motion stuff. Kind of reminded me of Creature Comforts, the old Aardman thing about like dubbing over audio of like zoo animals, like people like personifying them as zoo animals. There's this very chill, laid back feeling where you just kind of get to look around this cool little world and appreciate all the little details from Marcel's scale, since he's, you know, such a tiny little guy. And mostly it's just funny and sweet and cute and uncomplicated. It reminded me a little bit of certain Ghibli films where there's not much of a driving force. There's a central goal that they're working towards, but it's mostly just a calm, relaxing, sweet little movie that I recommend a lot. Hopefully that gave you a decent impression of what I think of the movie. I didn't want to go on too long for this one because I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. If you think the idea of watching this little dude just kind of do his thing for a while and learn about life and explore and just be cute, rolling around in tennis balls and walking his pet Lint around on a leash and stuff, then you're into that, you're going to like this. I found Marcel the Shell with shoes on to be delightful, and I wasn't even really familiar with the old internet videos this was based on from like 10 years ago. But as a sweet, short little 90-minute feature film, I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought it was somewhat poignant and poetic by the end. I really liked it visually, liked the music, and I liked the characters and performances. It's all around pretty great. And if you want to cry at something wholesome and forget about the world for a minute, I recommend it. I give Marcel the Shell, with shoes on, a very strong 9 out of 10. It's one of my favorite movies I've seen so far this year, I think. I don't know if it'll stay there up that high for so long, but I really did enjoy it. And I hope that A24 continues to maybe experiment with more animated output. I know that their TV division is going to be distributing Hell of a Boss, I think. or Has Been Hotel, one of those two. But it's neat seeing them put out like a family film, pretty much. And it's a very sweet family film. If you want to like just cry, just fuck yourself up a little bit with something cute, highly recommend it. I did cry, and it was painful, but it was a good kind of painful. Sometimes you just need to cry.